Hey there, greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. Today, we're going to focus on one of the disruptive technologies that's out there. The most disruptive technologies of the current and upcoming decades include artificial intelligence, also known as AI, augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, and of course, there are others that are up and coming, but there's an interesting technology which I consider still in its infancy called blockchain. Now, there's a lot of confusion around what's blockchain, what's cryptocurrency, what's Bitcoin, etc., etc. And I'm going to make an attempt to demystify most of it so that people can understand it in general terms. Well, in simple terms, what blockchain means is it's a decentralized management of transactions, financial and otherwise, without one single centralized body commanding control. It's effectuated through a decentralized network of peers sharing the technology, overseeing it, and cross-validating each transaction that is passed through the network. It is in fact a chain of blocks, where the blocks represent transactions that get added into a chain with every peer having review access to it. So imagine a group of people sitting with their computers. So that's the decentralized network, different computers that are interacting with each other. And whenever an interaction happens or whenever a transaction happens, all of them have visibility into it. All of them can review it, and until all of them are able to review it and are able to approve it, it doesn't get passed. That's what the chain of blocks really means. Blockchain is an interesting concept that has applications for several use cases across various industry domains, from finance to healthcare, from education, media to commerce, and much more. Well, as we discuss this, organizations in every domain continue to set up research labs to look into the viability of the technology and seek use cases to commercialize it. Some organizations as well as verticals are farther ahead than others. However, the birth of the technology came from trying to create a peer-to-peer digital currency called Bitcoin that is free from the control of banks, who we know as the regulatory authority over money and its transactions across the world. So some people decided they could create a digital currency and have it live in the virtual world, which could be exchanged from one person to other on what we know as the virtual world. Now, it is said that the blockchain concept itself is several decades old, but mainstream interest was garnered with the birth of Bitcoin around 2008, when the conceptual paper was released. Bitcoin, as a digital currency, slowly but surely took off and is currently valued roughly around 9,000 change, but it's seen its high periods where it went up to about 20,000 US dollars about 2 years ago. Now that's what's called as its valuation in terms of the US dollars. Now the swift rise in Bitcoin value has gained much interest across the globe, and as a result, several alternate coins, also known as altcoins, have come into being. Collectively, all of these digital currencies are called cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies have also become one way of raising new funds for startups and ventures, mostly leveraging some aspect of the blockchain technology. Now, it's a different opinion and view that's also out there that the digital currency platforms as well as the digital currency itself is being used for the not so good means in terms of funding illegal activities such as terrorism, etc. And that's a discussion for another day. But it's important here to differentiate between blockchain, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency. Blockchain is the technology that powers transaction management in a decentralized network of peers. So the technology that powers the exchange of value in this decentralized network of peers, but also enables the existing of cryptocurrency is blockchain technology. Bitcoin is one of the best known cryptocurrencies out there, the one for which blockchain technology was invented. Cryptocurrency is digital money or currency, a medium of exchange created and exchanged using complex blockchain technology. But for one reason or the other, all of them are valued in comparison with US dollars, the currency that we have known traditionally. And that's what gives them the value to compare and contrast with each other. However, the purpose of blockchain is not solely to create cryptocurrency. It's finding multiple applications in various fields and functions, including finance, healthcare, marketing, media, education, travel, and more. The central premise of blockchain is that it is a decentralized digital ledger that keeps an everlasting record of all the transactions that occur on the peer-to-peer network. With the absence of a central regulating authority to manage or verify transactions on the network, the onus is placed on the peers, every one of them in the network, with multiple participants working together to initiate, pass, and verify transactions. The collaborative aspect of this technology allows for highly scalable, cost-effective, speedy, and reliable transactions between entities, from individuals to corporations. Cost, speed, and bandwidth are continuing to improve on this technology, popularizing its application further and further. Also, experimentation and further evolution of the technology continues, promising further development and growth over time. Blockchain made its advent to disrupt the field of finance initially, and along with it, cryptocurrency came into being as well. This is upheld as an innovation that parallels the birth of the internet itself. Although blockchain, Ethereum, and others are the pioneers of cryptocurrency, their eventual fate will decide the future of other cryptocurrencies as we know them. There are several factors, from technical security to regulations and politics, that influence these currencies. With this comes the risk of high volatility with these currencies in this very nascent stage. Digital money or cryptocurrencies do have their own limitations as well. For one, they do not have a physical form. They rely on complex technology to be created, exchanged, and stored. Their claim to fame is due to a distributed and decentralized framework of exchange, which doesn't rely on traditional banks and other intermediaries. Safety and trust, although available, are two aspects that are yet to mature for these forms of exchange to get into the mainstream. There is still time for them to be easy to understand and of use for the common man. The crux of the blockchain principle rests on trust in the public and private domains. There is wide acceptance, popularity, highly scalable results, and cost savings to be seen if this trust triumphs and continues to triumph in the long term. While central banks produce the physical currency we exchange today, cryptocurrencies are produced by the unique crypto network backing it and are limited to a defined set of units being produced. With the market cap of cryptocurrencies pushing hundreds of billions of dollars in terms of USD, it's attracting attention from central banks as well as governments and regulatory bodies across the world. Bitcoin was born in 2008 and faced a few turbulent years before it picked up pace thanks to the blockchain technology backing it. Due to its fame and further experimentation on blockchain technologies by firms in various domains, the focus on formation of newer cryptocurrencies backing various blockchain business models also came into being. This trend will continue with the popularity being seen and will impact all aspects of business transactions as we know them. However, it's important to note that all cryptocurrencies are not made equal. Many startups have been launching their own ICOs, or initial coin offerings. The frenzy of growing valuations of the defined set of cryptocurrencies we have today may push inventors to these ICOs as well. And in a market without any real regulatory control, there are cases of fraud that have been coming to fore much too often. Another aspect of cryptocurrencies is mining. For one thing, not all cryptocurrencies can be mined. Bitcoin, for instance, has several miners in its decentralized network. Digital money exchange continues to happen around the world, and with its growing popularity, the volume of these transactions continues to grow. All the peers working on a decentralized network called the blockchain, where with each transaction that happens, an unconfirmed transaction is added to the block. The miners take on the task of confirming and validating this transaction, the process of which is called mining. The miner is compensated with a fraction of the transaction costs in the form of the cryptocurrency used. Mining requires state-of-the-art hardware capable of complex calculations and uses a good amount of energy as well. All cryptocurrencies are stored in unique wallets that are designated with private keys for addresses known only to the wallet owners. What dictates the value of cryptocurrencies is their ever-growing acceptance as a payment method and their limited supply. Another aspect is the low cost of transactions minus the intermediaries and fast transaction speeds. Cryptocurrencies are here to stay. How soon before they challenge traditional currencies? Only time will tell. Although the fate of cryptocurrencies as an asset is dependent on several factors, the technology backing it is in the mainstream. It is here to stay. It can be said that there is much promise for blockchain as a technology of the future. While we are currently at the cusp of researching its applicability across various domains and functions, the coming years will move it into commercial applicability. Hopefully, that gives you a picture of what blockchain technology is all about, what cryptocurrencies are, and where Bitcoin stands in the world of cryptocurrencies. Hey, I hope you liked that episode. Do check out my website, rajivmudumba.com, and by the way, do check out Top Podcast Mastery Program that's out there on the website. And if you're interested in podcasting, if you're interested in creating a brand image for who you are and what you have to offer, definitely check that course out. I'm sure it's going to provide you immense value, and it'll cut short your journey of researching podcasts by the weeks into a couple of hours to get started and moving on. Thank you very much.